So, with that, we're launching our first, what will hopefully be first of many of our satellite systems. Now this, again, this is a basic satellite. We have our main dish on the top of an unmanned thing, of an unmanned control system. And so we have, I think it's 4 internal batteries. I say internal because, like I said, if you'll take those cages, put them on, well, put your batteries on those cages, and then hit either Q or E and spin them around. You can kind of put them inside of that cage, more or less. I do it for a lot of the things, just to kind of hide those batteries away. It doesn't really help you to have the batteries sticking out at all. So what I do is I just spin them around and kind of get them out of the way so I can save room for other things. We have our, I call them double antenna communitrons, where they just have the little box and then the 2 antennas that stick out on opposite ends. And I think I have a battery and a reaction wheel on the bottom of them, just to kind of help out a little bit, and then a plethora of solar panels. So what we're doing right now is we're trying to get our position so we can just do a burn to try and get out to geosynchronous orbit, KO synchronous orbit, Kerbal, in case you didn't know. So that's what we're doing, and unfortunately I keep realizing that I'm losing connection, which is, again, why we're trying to set these satellites up so we can have communication on a constant basis. And so what we're doing now, we're trying to make it to where we kind of get back into that swing, and there we have communication again. So I think what we probably need to do is just raise our Apple apps to where we can kind of get out there to where we need to be. And yeah, this is a kind of a big deal. Like I said, we keep losing connections on our unmanned craft, and so we need to set these up, and it'll also help us communicate if our planes go beyond certain points. Then it becomes bad for everyone. And so we have one end at KO synchronous orbit. And so what we're doing is we're trying to, we still don't have communication. So like this right here, we were spinning this thing around so we could get our main satellite like that activated and synced up with mission control. That way, whenever we get out to our Apple apps, or Appa apps, I can never say that word correctly. We need to make sure, and we're almost there, and we lost connection. So let's do it all over again. But we want to get out to Appa apps so we can, I can't never say that, our AP, so we can, there we go, spun right past it, where I needed to be. And we need to move our peri-apps out and just kind of circleize this thing. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough fuel to do this, and I guess we'll find out right now. So let's burn that. And, oh yeah, we're not. There's no way we're going to have enough for that. No, not even close. That's okay. Just part of it, really. We're a good couple shy. And let's just kind of spin that thing and find out what what this orbit is going to look like. And we're gaining our mission control heavily whenever we get out to our periapse. Yeah, this thing won't have communication for very long. Whenever it goes past. But nonetheless, we have a satellite out here, so let's go ahead and jettison this thing. And you can see it and all of that it is. And now we spin it, and let's go back and launch our second. I'm just going to kind of do this 4 times because you guys have seen already how this thing's done. I'm sure. Turn those things off, they hit. Which worries me every time that those things hit. I keep thinking it's going to jar something else, so it's going to throw me off. Never been a big fan of those things. It's going to kind of cause a problem at some point. But regardless, so let's kind of circle out this orbit. Like I said, all this is in 4 times. Take that out to geo orbit. There we go. Okay. And let's just, which I forgot to set. Actually, let's see if we can connect with our other satellite out here. Let me get close enough that way. Oh, crap. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. I'm not going to do anything if I keep pressing the wrong buttons. The KIA is not going to... Whoa, I just thought about that. CIA, I can't call this the KIA because I don't want anything to be killed in action. That's a terrible thing to do. Okay, well, let's see. Let's connect this thing to satellite 1. So we have a connection. Oh, we lost it. All right. Well, we switched to mission control. So let's go ahead and burn out to where we need to be. And there we go. It's not perfect, but it'll do for right now. Third. Let's get this thing up to the sky. These are... see? I want you guys to see that I make so many stupid mistakes. And that's probably why I'm not going to have a lot of people. Because I'm just going to burn through it. No sense in me. And launch this one. And we'll just go ahead and take this one up. Because it had no sense. I knew those things were going to mess me up at some point. And I was like, so what I did was I moved my main engine from those solid rocket boosters. That way, whenever those things jettison off, they go straight into just straight into a burn, so I can kind of burn away from them as soon as they go. I don't know which one I'm supposed to be trying to connect to because I named everything Satellite 1. It doesn't help me at all. But regardless, So let's take this thing into an orbit, and we'll go ahead and just keep on burning around. And I actually make kind of a mistake because I take this thing in a geo-orbit on the smaller end of the other two's orbits. So now I have just a dumbfounded, and these things are finally connected with each other. How? Okay. And they're not connecting for some reason. So I need to. Let's try this one. Well, yeah, I got somewhat of connection, but it's not keeping the connection. I wonder why that's not keeping connection, because usually satellites are supposed to keep connection. I'm not supposed to just have to mess with these so much. It's really weird. I don't know why that's not. I got a connection with that, but it's still saying no connection. There's a solid connection with that. I have connection with mission control. Oh man. Come on. Alright, let's just connect with mission control. Alright, and now I have connection with that satellite over there. This isn't making any sense at all. Because see, now I have connection with that one, and it says it has connection. Well, really what I found out was satellites can only work one satellite at a time. So that main dish was only connected to a satellite, but it wasn't sending anything or receiving anything from other satellites on the craft, because there was only one satellite. So what I did was I set up multiple satellites onto this one, and now we're geo that way. We can get this thing rolling. It's just a simple mistake. I think I have a total of four satellites on this one. And okay, well, we're not going to make it because for some reason I didn't do something right, and now we have no fuel. So I'm just going to kind of go out to my Apple apps. Yeah. Apple apps, and just get this thing as far away from Kerbal, or Kerbin as possible, because Kerbal is the name of the star that we all rotate around. Again, these are just rookie mistakes. We're figuring this thing out one at a time. I'll just waste the rest of that because I'm tired of fooling with this stupid thing. And I only have 2 or 3 total, but 2 on the sides of this thing. But that's alright. Like I said, we'll get it right eventually. And we'll just not be able to communicate with Mission Control at some points. Or I'll have to send up more satellites at other times. That way we can fix this thing. But regardless, we have other things, other plans, bigger, better things, such as we're going to go to the moon to send Jebediah across the moon's orbit and return him safely back to Kerbin. And yeah, because he loves candy, and only successful missions get him chocolate. For those who are wondering, it's Hershey's Kisses. He loves kisses. Valentine has been giving Jebediah the best kisses, and now he must go to the moon in return for Valentine's Hershey's Kisses. No. He's not getting the Hershey's Kisses. He's just getting Hershey's Kisses, like the chocolate. Oh no! Oh no! No! Jebediah, no! Always backup plans, ladies and gentlemen. Always make sure you can get out safely, especially when it comes to Jebediah. Jebediah is the man. He can't die. We're only 5 episodes in. This isn't Game of Thrones. You can't kill the main guy like this. Kerbal does not care about you. He doesn't care about your favorite character. Just wait until we unveil all the others. Then we can safely say who will and will not die, depending on their flying abilities or abilities to hold their breath deep in space. We will figure this out, but for the meantime, Jebediah cannot die. No, he is now having to scrap this mission. He has called Mission Control and told them, hey guys, we gotta figure something out because apparently shooting those solid boosters off my rocket no longer makes it a rocket. It just makes it something that happens to go up for a short period of time. So, we are just going to go into space and do the space thing one more time as usual, and then or maybe we're not going to go into space. Let's not go into space, Jebediah. Stay here. Apparently it's not meant for you to visit the vacuum that is the area around Kerbin. Let's just go ahead and shoot forward in this thing, because Jebediah has little patience for these nonsensicals. Is that even a word, nonsensicals? Let's just do some science. Keep that. What about the temperature up here? Let's keep that too. These are all things that are important back to Mission Control. He won't get the Hershey's Kisses, but he can get a Twix or two. Jebediah is not a fan of Kit Kats. I myself love Kit Kats, but Jebediah doesn't. Still have yet to get my Jebediah is the man t-shirt. I want right across the chest with a picture of Jebediah, and I want to say Jebediah is the man. And as always, to prove that these guys come back safely. But as always, guys, my name is the Pope890, and I'll see you guys in episode 6. We shall call it a day. Peace.